10th, 2024 Planning Commission meeting to order. Can we have a roll call, please?
Yes, good evening, Chair. And actually, Commissioner Chioni,
Here.
Commissioner Gonzalez,
Present.
Commissioner Bridge,
Present.
and Commissioner Braxton is absent. He informed us that he wouldn't be attending tonight.
All right, so we're gonna go ahead and move straight into the oral communications, which is about items that are not on the agenda. So that's an opportunity to just talk about whatever you feel like, or whatever you feel like you want to bring to the Planning Commission. We also have, again, I'm gonna just mention it once at the beginning of the meeting, we have a phone number, which is 805-875-8201. And seeing no one rises, is there anyone on this phone line?
No one on the line, Chair.
All right, so we're gonna close oral communication and we're gonna move straight into our public hearing item number 1, which is an architectural design site development review for Starbucks drive-through coffee shop and certification of a negative declaration. And can we have a staff report, please?
Thank you, Chair, Commissioners. I am presenting a request from Andrew Garibian, the project applicant, for Planning Commission consideration of a Starbucks drive-through to be located in the planned community development and 8th Street overlay zoning districts. The project is located at 901 North 8th Street on an approximately 17,000 square foot lot. To the north of the site is Midcoast Glass. To the east, across 8th Street, is New Era Sounds. To the south, across Oak Avenue, is McDonald's. And to the west is the parking lot for the Midcoast Glass business. The existing conditions, this is photographs of the previous service station that was demolished in December of 2023, my goodness. Present conditions since the building has been demolished. The proposed site plan includes a new 1,200 square foot Starbucks drive-through coffee shop with a walk-up window, no indoor seating, 2 trash enclosures, parking, and landscaping. The project complies with the parking requirements of the Lompoc Municipal Code by proposing 6 parking spaces, 1 bicycle rack, and 14 stacking spaces in the drive-through. The project site currently has 2 driveways on 8th Street, one on the northern section and one on the southern section. The southern section is proposed to be demolished and have improvements, curbing, sidewalk. And as that is on Highway 1, it will require an encroachment permit from Caltrans. There is an existing driveway on Oak Avenue that will be moved to the east, closer to 8th Street. Engineering conditions of approval EN 23, 24, and 25 reflect the recommendations of the traffic study completed by Rick Engineerings, which requires installing a stop sign and bar on the exit side of the remaining 8th Street exit and entrance, and requires the modification of the proposed Oak Avenue exit to be reduced in size, stripes to indicate an exit-only right turn onto Oak Avenue. This will encourage the flow of the drive-through traffic and keep people from entering and blocking the drive-through traffic. The proposed floor plan has 2 coffee bar areas, one at the drive-through section on the southern side of the building and one at the walk-up window. Workroom, manager's office, break room, storage area, employee restrooms. The top elevation is facing North 8th Street. The bottom elevation is the west elevation facing the parking lot to the west. The proposed building is modern in style and architecture features, includes a wraparound metal canopy awning. The building is multimedia, consisting of composite metal panels, corrugated galvanized steel, and bronze anodized window trim, providing architectural details to accent the building. Staff review finds that the proposed project is, as conditioned, is compatible with nearby developments and substantially conforms with the architectural review guidelines. These are the south and north elevations. Facing Oak Avenue is the drive-through section, and facing the Starbucks parking lot and the Midcoast Glass building. Signage is shown on here, but is not part of the architectural review and site development process, and will be reviewed administratively at the staff level through the building and sign permit process. We have a rendering which shows the landscaping and people in the drive-through. The project is proposing a variety of drought-tolerant landscaping. Currently, there are 2 mature trees on North 8th Street, which are, by planning condition of approval, P60 requires, oh, no, wrong one, requires them to be protected and maintained in place. Planning Commission approval P60 is for the tree on Oak Avenue. One of the trees needs to be removed to move the driveway approach, and it is a requirement that it be replaced, so we have the street tree. The project complies with the minimum overall landscaping of 15% coverage and the required parking lot landscaping. We also have stepping stones at the rear of the landscaping for the parking lot, and on the other side of that there are apartment residences for easy access. The environmental review. The project site is on the hazardous waste and substance site, or the Corteses list, for the previously leaking underground storage tanks, and required completion of a CEQA initial study checklist, and either a negative declaration or mitigated negative declaration to be completed for the project. Since there were no potentially significant impacts identified for the project, and there are no proposed mitigation measures, a negative declaration was prepared for the project. The public review period for the negative declaration began on February 7th and ended on March 7th, 2024. On March 7th, 2024, we received comments from the State of California Department of Transportation, Caltrans District 5. Caltrans did not have comments on the environmental determination itself, but did request a copy of the traffic study. We sent them a copy of the traffic study, which they reviewed and replied to us on April 4th, 2024, stating that they concurred with the findings that were provided by RIC Engineering for the recommendations of the alternative circulation, and they requested that a copy of the traffic study and their comments be included with the Caltrans encroachment application permit for the driveway work to be done on North 8th Street. The final negative declaration was included as Exhibit B to the resolution in the staff report, and a notice of determination will be filed for the project following the Commission's action. A Development Review Board meeting was held on January 11th. The application was circulated to various city departments for review. Each department provided standard and project-specific conditions as necessary. These requirements are reflected in the draft conditions of approval. As conditioned, the project satisfies the development standards of the zoning code, and therefore staff recommends the Planning Commission adopts Resolution 1002-24, certifying the negative declaration and approving the architectural design and site development review permit DR 2023-0004, based on the findings in the resolution and subject to the attached draft conditions of approval. Thank you, and that concludes my presentation.
Chair, can I just make one last, as part of that presentation? Chair, can you put up the site plan one time? Actually, you can put it on the one with all the call-outs.
The circulation, yes.
So we just wanted to let you know that even though it's not part of your packet, the applicant gave us today a revised site plan that basically incorporates the changes that were recommended and conditioned in the staff report from the traffic study. So they're already working on that, but I just wanted to bring it to your attention. A little bit too late to put it in the packet and get into the details, but the driveway on Oak would be a right turn only, and they're already, and then reducing the width, they're already working on that. So that would conclude our presentation.
Thank you. I think we're gonna, do you have any questions? Do we have any?
I have a question.
All right, Commissioner Bridge?
Could you put back up the landscaping? So I got a little confused. I heard you talking about 2 entrances on H Street, but there's really only one, right?
Correct. There are currently 2. There's a really, that picture. The bottom picture, you can see this is the northern drive-through entrance, and this is the southern southern entrance that currently exists. So this one is going to be removed and have improvements, curb, gutter, sidewalk.
Okay, perfect. Could I go back to that landscaping?
Absolutely.
The only reason I like that one is it's pretty.
It is. It's colorful.
So the cars are coming in on H Street and they're kind of going through that train that we see.
Yes.
Okay. And that arrow in there on the bottom is incorrect.
These 2.
Yeah,
Well,
there's
the
gonna
one-
become an
One
exit
has
only.
going out, but one has coming in. But
Yes, this is going to be,
Exit only.
exit only. Okay, I'm just
Yeah,
trying to
Yeah.
make sure I heard it
Yeah.
correct.
Yeah,
Sorry.
where did
Sure.
yeah, so that'll be
Yeah.
that'll be
It's been
narrowed
narrowed, yeah.
in,
Okay.
and it'll only be exit
All
only.
right, could you go back to the landscaping now?
Mm-hmm.
And when the kids come, they're gonna go where that cross hatching is, right above that exit they're gonna go down the sidewalk and come in that, right there?
Yes.
And that's the window?
Yes, there's a walk-up window right here.
Okay. Okay, thank you.
Any other questions? All right, so we're gonna open for public comment, and we usually let the applicant speak first. So if you want to take this opportunity, thank you. And you gotta go to the podium, and if you can please state your name for the record, please. Thank you.
Hello, my name's Andrew Garibian. I'm the applicant of the project. We're looking for, it's been a great process working with staff, and, we're very excited about being able to add a 3rd Starbucks location here in the great city of Lompoc.
All right, my question usually for the applicant is, have you gone through the conditional approval and everything looks good to you?
Yeah, we did go through there was a revised version that we did review, and it does all look good. And
Perfect.
it was approved before we came in today.
Awesome. All right, thank you very much.
Thank you.
If you have any questions, we'll let you know. I do believe it is the 4th Starbucks, actually, in Lompoc. There is one that is in Albertsons. You might not see that from the outside, but it's good. The more, the better. The more, the better. The more, the merrier. Okay, anyone else? I don't see anybody here that... anyone on the phone?
No one on the phone, Chair.
All right, then we're gonna close the public comment. What do we want to do? Just move or any?
I move we accept the staff recommendation for ER 2023-0004.
I second.
All right, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
All right, motion passes 3-0. 1, I guess, with Commissioner Braxton absent. Thank you very much. Good luck. All right, we're gonna move to new business, if there's any.
None at this time.
Okay, let's open again for oral communications, and no one's here. Is anyone on the phone?
No one on the phone.
All right, close oral communications. Written communications.
We do not have any of that as well.
Okay, well, let's approve the minutes from March 13, 2024. Anyone wants to move on that?
I motion to approve them from March 13th, 2024.
And a second?
Second?
All right, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Okay, minutes are approved. Director staff communications.
Yeah, I have a couple items that I just wanted to quickly bring to your attention. So the next meeting, what we'll do, we've had our city attorney review this just to make sure that it's appropriate, and we didn't have to do any amendments to the planning commission manual, but we'll start doing amendments by consent. So that'll be at the very top of the agenda. It's just one motion. You don't need to, everybody per se. So that'll be starting in the month of May. Also in the month of May, we'll have the environmental justice element before you. So I'll be presenting that. Our consultant will be calling in if there's any technical questions that I can answer. And then I'm trying to give an update periodically on the housing element update. So there's a lot of back and forth with the state. We submitted a updated draft to them with a table showing all their comments and how we address them in a revised document. They've received that. That was over 2 weeks ago. We're waiting for them to arrange an informal review with us over the phone. If they say it looks okay, we'll quickly schedule that for a hearing with the Planning Commission and then move forward to City Council. So we're trying our best, and I wish I could say that it was a shorter process, but it is painful. Other than that, that concludes the Director of Staff Communications.
Thank you. Commission requests. Are there any? Commissioner Bridge.
I have a couple questions. So I feel like the last or the time before we heard that Polo Loco was going forward, there's a lot of chatter out in the world saying it has been canceled. Do we have any status on that?
I'm sorry, what has been canceled?
Pollo Loco.
Oh, yeah, a lot of people have been talking about that. The media has contacted me, there's been stuff on Facebook. El Pollo Loco is still moving forward. They are on their third round of plan check comments for the construction drawings. So hopefully they won't go into a fourth. It's pretty uncommon to go through 4 iterations of plan check comments through the various departments. I do believe that it would have helped. They decided to not use the person who was usually manages a project that did the Dutch Bros. He's kind of been excluded, and sometimes that can help kind of move the process a little smoother, but they're definitely moving forward. I can't say the same for Smart and Final, even though their building permit is ready at the counter. They haven't picked it up. We don't know what's going to happen with Smart and Final.
Yeah, no, it was El Polo. I remember you reporting that it was going forward, but like you said, it's on.
I'm not
all
quite
the
sure why
social
that
media that
rumor
it's
is
been
going
canceled.
around.
Yeah, and
Oh.
I was going to ask the same question, but thank you for doing that on my behalf.
We even reached out to them as well if there's something that they're saying or they're, have concerns, but the construction drawing process is tedious and there's a lot of code checks and it just takes time.
The next question I have is, again, rumor mill, so I could have this all wrong, but the rumor mill says Bailey Avenue has had a builder's remedy put in through the county. Do we know anything about that development?
Yes, we do. So it's not necessarily Bailey Avenue, it's specific to the Bodger property. So the applicant was frustrated, and I understand why, when their proposal, city's proposal, but on their behalf to amend our boundary was denied last year by LAFCO. So they went ahead and went for the builder's remedy with the county. They submitted an application to the county, and they received a notice of completion. It's about 400 homes that they're proposing in the county. Only on about half of the Bodger property, so it's, if you think of that square, it's half of that square. But now LAFCO has reached out to all the different jurisdictions. We're going to be having a meeting. It's in about 1 to 2 weeks to talk about potential boundary changes. So we'll be petitioning for that to be brought into the city. My opinion may not always matter, but I told them there's no reason why that should be in the county. That needs to be brought into the city. So we're gonna fight for that, to bring that in and get those homes, but it is a little tricky. So we'll be talking to LAFCO, I think it's either next week or the following week.
So is there a requirement for the city? I don't remember the technical term, but when you need sewer or water, I'll call it a willing to serve notice or something.
Yeah, can it well serve?
Can and will serve, thank you. Have we issued one of those to them?
No. They have reached out to us more than once for us to issue that, and we said, not yet. I'm sure that's going to go to council, and they do have something already, but it's just for ag purposes, when the Bodger Seed Company was in full force operating out there. But that's going to require a new agreement with the city, and so our utility director is in the loop. He will be part of the meetings, but yeah, I assume eventually that will be occurring, and it's my understanding the condition of that can and will serve is that it's brought into the city.
And does a can and will serve come to the planning commission?
I don't believe so, no. I think that's just city council.
All right, anything else? All right, yeah, my question was about El Pollo Loco, so that has been answered. And so I think I will move for adjournment to our next regular meeting at 6:30 p.m. on Wednesday, May 8th, 2024. Do I have a second?
I second.
All right, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All right, we're adjourned. Thank you very much.